Good morning, fellow human beings. I am doing this YouTube thing because Tam, who is a lovely girl that follows me on TikTok, basically messaged me yesterday and she was like, dude, can you do some vlogs on your YouTube? So I was like, yeah, why not? I didn't do them in past because I thought you wouldn't enjoy them. But if someone says to me, look, it helps me, then I'm all for it. As you know, my plan, at least for my content, is either to make you laugh, give you a good book recommendation, or talk about mental health. So what you're going to get from my YouTube is nothing aesthetic at all, I'm afraid. You're not going to get beautiful houses and beautiful clothes and nice cars. You're probably going to get bacon and sausage sandwiches, biscuits and cake. But speaking of that, I am actually going to try and sign up at gym today because I'm getting to a point in my life where I'm just getting that minging, like I just look foul when I take my top off. And I'm all for like body positivity and all that jazz. But yeah, I just feel crap in my sen. Like my wife has to see this. And sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm a little bit like, like it's just, yeah, disgusting. Like I shouldn't have boobs, and I don't want boobs, so I'm going to try and get rid of them today. So I'm going to sign up for gym, and I'll take you along. We'll do some little silly vlog stuff there, but it's not going to be a gym channel, absolutely not. That's just not me. But it's just something to keep me accountable, to try and set a better example for my kids that, you know, you can eat cake, but just eat it in moderation, because I binge eat as well. Now, you'll get a lot of honesty. People that follow me on Instagram and TikTok know I talk a lot about my mental health. I suffer with depression. I'm on sertraline. I'm on propranolol for anxiety. Like, this page is going to be talking a bit about mental health as well, because it's something that's important to me. I think it's important that I talk about it. But I think it's also important that we normalise talking about mental health. It just, for me, the best healing process for anyone struggling with mental health is just talking about it and realising that you're not alone. So, plans for today. I'm currently sat in the car waiting for my son to have like an award ceremony. Once a week at his Catholic school, they do Golden Child, which is basically best kid gets an award. And my son is the best kid. So we're going to sit in crowd and be like, woohoo, Ruben! Rest of you are no, they're not rubbish, but yeah, my son's best. This week at least. And then after I've done that, I'm going to sign up for a gym. Don't know where. I'm probably going to go to the gym, spin my legs for 10 minutes and then be like, whoa, yeah, that's it, I'm done now. And then go home and eat some digestives. But I'll have earned my digestives. I'm currently reading One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I've got 9% left. I'm obsessed with the book. The magic system's cool as hell. It's nice that the main male character in it's not morally grey and he's just a good guy. So once I've done this and finished it, I'm going to sit down and tell you what I thought about it. And then I'll talk to you about what I've got planned next. I think that's my plans for today, really. I've obviously got to get onto my Instagram and TikTok and reply to comments, reply to inboxes. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, honestly. Like, I love talking to you a lot. Hopefully you enjoy this YouTube stuff. I don't know where it'll go. I might get bored after a week. If you like it, though, I'll keep it going. But anyway, I'm going to shut up rambling now, and I'll check in with you later. Finished it. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. And I thought after I'd finished it, I'd come and chat to you all. I absolutely adored this book from start to finish. For anyone new to my content, I don't really know. I can't tell you, like, I'm not Jack, what's his name? Jack Ben Edwards, that clever guy anyway that talks about books. I'm not him. I can't talk to you about writing prose. I can't talk to you about how well written books are and plot holes. I just read because I enjoy it. So when I do my reviews, it's going to be on a feel basis, not on how well written a book is, because I just don't care about how well written a book is. I care about how it makes my heart feel. And this book just, it made my heart feel good and bad and happy and sad. Like, I'm going to try and do this without getting spoilers, but it was just so nice to read a book where the main male character just wasn't morally grey. You know, he's just a good bloke. He weren't 18-year-old and he weren't 532. He were like 22, so that were cool. If you've not seen my stuff on Instagram and TikTok, you'll probably know, or you won't know, that I'm not a massive fan of spice. Like, for me, spice doesn't add anything to a book. I'm not going to say it takes away, but I just skim read spice. And this book's got, like, naughty scenes in it, but it's not explicit, it's not in your face, it's just kind of subtle and leaves the imagination to work on its own, which I think is just beautiful. The main character in it I loved. If you've not read this book, there's a character in the book called Nightmare. If you know, you know. And the relationship between Elspeth and the Nightmare were just unbelievable. You're kind of forced to like the Nightmare, but then as the book goes on, you're like, back off and leave her alone. Just back off. and I've just got to end a book, and I just don't know how I feel. I can't put it in any other words. Like, I'm just like, Matt, like, I've got book 2 here. Book 2 is here, ready to go. As soon as I finish talking to you, like, I'm jumping into book 2 because I need to know more. Like, I don't know what to say to you. I adored that book. Honestly, it's class. It didn't give me the ending that I wanted, and when you read it, you'll understand. But I'm hoping this will. Like, I'm the kind of guy that I want a happy ending. Yeah. Call me a sucker, but I love me a happy ending. I love me a good guy. And I'm hoping I get it. I just don't know if I will. But anyway, based on what I said earlier about the gym, sometimes I think there's like a higher being that speaks to you and don't want stuff to happen. So I went to a bank machine to draw some money out, and my bank card got swallowed because I got my PIN number wrong. So I think that's someone's way of saying, look, mate, you're not meant to go to the gym today. Make yourself a cup of coffee and have some custard cream biscuits. So I don't know what I'm going to do about the gym. I might take my dog for a walk. I might do 3 press-ups. I don't know. I just want to read for the rest of my life. I want to eat rubbish food, but not be fat. So yeah, if anyone knows how that's possible, that'd be class. That's what I want. Anyway, I'm going to jump straight into this now, and then I'll update you all, because I can't not. I'm like a bit of a mentalist, and sometimes I'll read book 1 of a series, and then I'll jump to another book, because I feel like I'm missing out on other series. This is the first book in a long time where I've read book 1 and then felt like I need to jump straight into book 2. Like, I can't leave this unfinished. So I'm going to read this, and then if I do go for a walk, I'll take camera out with me and I'll show you some trees if you want, because I just feel like that's what you're supposed to do on a vlog. I'll get some dinner, might even show you what I'm eating, because yeah, I feel like that's what you're meant to do. You're going to have to forgive the quality of the content as well, because I'm filming with my phone. You know, I'm not rich. I'm not going to go out and buy a £500 camera when I've got kids to feed and clothe. But if Panasonic or anyone like that sees my video, Nikon, and you want to sponsor me and give me a camera, my content will be better and I'll tell everyone that you rate good. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just having a really good time with this. I just love talking to you. Like, it's class. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm babbling a bit, but you'll understand from my page that I'm a babbler. I want you to get to know me and I want to get to know you lot as well. This is really good. How cute. I'll speak to you later. Seeing as though we can't go to the gym today because my bank card's not working, I'm going to go to Bookshop because Bookshop always makes me happy. But what I thought I'd do as part of this page is go around different bookshops, show you what's available to me. I love perving on Bookshop, so hopefully you do as well. I'm going to start by going to High Peak Bookstore, which is about 35-minute drive from me, but it's well worth it. It's an independent bookshop. It's massive. They've got a little cafe on site, so I might have some dinner there. But all the books there are at least half price off recommended retail. And then what I'm going to do with these bookshop things is I'm going to see if people approach me. I'm going to show you around and like rate the bookshops. Out of 10, maybe out of 5, I don't know. I'm just blagging this. I'm going to fake it till I make it with this whole YouTube thing. But one thing that I have noticed when I go around a lot of bookshops is that the staff never approach me, never ask if I need any help. My local Waterstones are all right, but a couple of the girls there follow my page on Instagram and TikTok, so they kind of know me. But I probably look more like I'm going to rob the shop than I am actually buy a book from it. But I've got my book top on today. It says Read to Cope, Full of Hope. So if they see this and think I'm going to rob shop, then yeah, there's something wrong. I have been here before, once, and I know Louisa, the woman that owns the shop, she's incredible, but it'd be interesting to see if the staff are like trained to approach everyone and just see if they need any help. My personal opinion with anyone in retail is that you should always approach someone and just see if they need help. I'm not saying you need to jump on them and try and sell them something, but I love talking to booksellers. And I like just having different opinions on books and people telling me what I might like to read. So yeah, I'm hoping someone approaches me today and offers me help. If they don't, I'm posting it anyway, Louisa, and I'm going to tell them. And then hopefully in future, they'll come up to me and have a chat with me. So we'll see. I'll show you cafe as well, because you might know that I'm influenced by food. If you are new to my content at all, I have no preferred genres. I'll read absolutely all. I read fantasy, romantasy, thriller, crime. So I have no idea what I'm going to buy today, but I will buy something and I'll show you after. So yeah, when I get there, I'll show you anyway. Books class, not the book, the bookshop's class. I don't know if the book's class because I haven't bought a book yet. Anyway, yeah, see you when we get there. We're here, finally, 35-minute in. Got on-site parking, so tick for that. It is rammed, really busy at the minute, so I'm going to go in first and then I'll have a look around and then I'll show you then. I came away empty-handed, people, and I didn't want to. I actually went here today thinking, right, I'm going to buy some books. But, as I said earlier on in video, when I go into any shop, my minimum expectation is that someone just approaches me. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, how are you? Are you all right? Do you need any help? That's it. I don't expect anything more than that. I don't want them to ram sales down my throat. I don't want them to be like, buy a book. But I just like an hello. I went into the shop hoping that no one recognised me, because I know Jasmine, who works in cafe here, and I knew full well if anyone recognised me, they'd be like, all right, Tyrone, how you doing? It were kind of good, actually, because the staff that were on I'd never met before, and I don't think they recognised me either. But they also didn't approach me. So I went in to the shop today wanting to buy a Song of Ice and Fire box set or Dark Tower series by Stephen King. I spent about half an hour looking around the shop, recording some footage, so I had my phone out recording. The shop were rammed. There were a lot of people in there, to be fair. But not one person approached me. I couldn't find the book. I couldn't find the books that I wanted, but I did have a look around. I'll overlay the footage now. So there's some bargains in here. I will say to you that it is cheap as chips. Parable of the Sower by, I think her name's Olivia Butler or something like that. It'll be on here anyway. £3.99, I think that were. Scott, whatever his name is, who writes Gentleman Bastard series. His books were there, cheap as chips, £3.99. Dune, £3.99. And what else were there? Lynette Noni, I think her name is, the last that writes Prison Healer series. All these books were cheap as chips. I've seen these books before in Waterstones and they're like a tenner. So they're all at least 50% recommended retail. And then went on to look at crime and thriller, and there's some really popular authors. David Baldacci, Steve Kavanagh, loads. Again, honestly, like the collection that they've got is wicked. I know that Louisa regularly goes to like massive warehouses to find books, and she knows what she's talking about. Louisa, who runs the shop, is insane. The last time I came to this bookshop, it were amazing. But Louisa was on shift, and it was Louisa that looked after me. I don't know if it's been let down by the fact Louisa wasn't on shift and people are in holiday mode because Louisa's on holiday mode. But I was just disappointed. I don't think it's too much to ask that somebody just approaches you and says, are you all right? Do you need any help? Had someone approached me today and said, do you want any help? For one, I actually love talking to booksellers. Like if a bookseller comes up to me, I can talk for days about books. So they're probably lucky they didn't approach me, because I might have grabbed hold of them for like an hour. But if someone had come up to me and said, actually, we've not got a Song of Ice and Fire or Song of Fire and Ice, whatever it's called, but have you tried this? I'd have bought a book. I went here today ready to spend money, and now we're going to buy books. But I've come out of here with no books, a bit deflated, and a ham and cheese sandwich. So I'm going to get on to ham and cheese sandwich now. They also do a massive selection of cakes. Like the willpower it took me to not buy a cake today was insane, because them cakes look banging. They also do loads of stuff with like local businesses. So again, I'll overlay. But anyway, let me get on to the sandwich, because the cafe made up for it. Boom, this sandwich here. A doorstep of a ham, cheese and caramelised onion pickle sandwich. They didn't actually do this on the menu. They did it as a wrap, but I said to the lady behind the counter, is there any chance you can do it me as a sandwich? And she was like, yeah, of course we can. I've also got some rabbit food in there as well, like a cracking looking salad. I don't normally eat it, but they give me a knife and fork, so I'm going to eat it because it'd be rude not to. And yeah, get some fibre in, because I don't have enough fibre. Yeah, again, I've come away from here gutted, because I genuinely thought I was going to come away from here raving, buzzing, with an handful of books to be able to show you, but I can't. And just because I love Louisa, the lady that runs the shop, and I can't praise her highly enough, I'm not going to come out here and lie to you lot and say that it were a fantastic experience. It is a fantastic shop. Like, you should come here. Honestly, it's wicked. It's just let me down today, that's all. So yeah, don't let me put you off coming here though, because it's massive, this shop. There's loads of banging food in here, local cakes, local businesses. Louisa supports local businesses loads, local independent authors loads. But she's on holiday, and it just felt like the staff were also on holiday mode. Anyway, I'm going to tuck into this sandwich. Actually, I'll have a bite first, and then I'll tell you what I think. Tell you what. Louisa, I know you're on holiday, but I know you'll watch this. Sandwich is cracking. Cafe staff, top tier today. Jasmine came out and said hello to me. Jasmine follows a page, so that's a little bit biased, because Jasmine were always going to come and say hello to me. But yeah, just tell your other staff on front counter. Maybe have someone stood at front door all the time, meeting and greeting. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going home without a book and I'm gutted. If all else fails, go to a charity shop. That's where I'm heading now. Because I suppose when you go to a charity shop, you know what to expect. You're not expecting customer service. So I'm going into my local Salvation Army now. and you wait till I show you how cheap these books are here. Might pick up a t-shirt or two as well. I buy loads of books from charity shops because I'm tight. I squeak when I walk. Anyway, I'll show you when I get in there. Alright, so you've got all this here, all these books, and then round here, you've got, oh, don't mind me, Doug. All these here. Oh, that's DVDs. Hang on, big up books, 4 for £1. Absolute bargain. The only problem I've got is here, they don't do many fantasy books in charity shops. All these and all these. And him there, he comes 4 for £1. You can have him if you want. Bloody hell, the book gods are not looking down on me today. I've come out there empty-handed. Second shop. The reason being, as you know, I lost my bank card earlier. Bank machine swallowed it because I don't know my PIN number. That's the problem with contactless payment these days. You contactless payment all the time and then you forget your PIN number. But anyway, that's a problem for another day. It's £4 for £1 in there, as I showed you. But you got to spend a minimum of £5 to use card / your phone. I've got contactless on my phone. But that's 20 bucks I've got to get to spend £5. And I'm not taking 20 bucks home because I ain't even got room for probably 5. But they had some good books in there. Percy Jackson series I've already got, but again, I could have got that 4 for £1. Got loads of crime and thrillers, because charity shops do, don't they? But they didn't have many fantasy. They had a few fantasy, but no major. So yeah, I'll go back there another day. I think I'm just going to accept that I'm not supposed to buy books today. I'm going to go home, read a bit more of Two Twisted Crowns, take my dog for a walk, then pick Ellie up from school, her and Ruben finish at 3:20. And then just sulk, I think. I had so many plans of buying books today and I'm just gutted. Right, before I go for the day, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, basically. I'm not going to record any more footage today because I'm just taking my dog for a walk and reading, and I can't imagine you're going to be interested in watching me walk my dog and picking up dog poo and reading a book. Tell me if I'm wrong. Put it in comments. If you want to see that sort of stuff, I'll do it. But anyway, this vlog kind of setup that I want to do, the reason I want to do it is because I want you to be able to get to know me. I love getting to know you lot, but I do like book recommendations and my top 5 books and all that jazz on my Instagram and TikTok. And I don't just want to repurpose content onto my Instagram. I want this to be more personal. I want you to see my real life. And I also want to put real life out there on social media because I think YouTube, Instagram, TikTok is just full of fake lives at the minute. You know, people showing these beautiful cars and beautiful houses and beautiful clothes and beautiful everything. And that's just not my reality. Some people might have that life, but that's not my reality. I live in a 2-bedroom council house with £15 bookshelf over there. Most of my books are from charity shops. And like that's what I want to put out to the world because I don't want you lot to feel rubbish about the stuff you see online all the time. If that's the kind of content you want to see, please tell me. If you want to see different kind of content, again, tell me. If you want things like book recommendations and things like that, I do it all on my TikTok and Instagram. If you're not following this page already, I don't even think it's called following. It's called like subscribing on YouTube. I'm still getting used to this stuff. Then yeah, subscribe, share it to mates, all that sort of stuff. All that stuff helps me out massively. But yeah, if you've watched up until this point, as I always say on my others, I love you the most. Genuinely, it means the world to me that you'd be interested in a fat bald bloke talking about books. Just madness. This helps me more than you think it helps me though anyway. So if you enjoyed this, again, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do on YouTube. And I'll probably do these every Friday. Because, yeah, why not? Friday just seems like a good day to post it. Maybe at like 6 o'clock. Anyway, this has been class. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have and all. Love you. Bye, Felicia.